So you might feel like, for whatever reason, that is over for you. That things just kind of passed you by, right? You ain't got no other options. Maybe you feel like you ain't got no hope. Or things just did not play out right for you. And I'm basically here to wake you up to the fact that God has a plan for you. God knows what it is that you need, and it will deliver to you. All that you need to do is continue living your life, trusting the process. You see, you may be living a different life than somebody that had it kind of all figured out, but they was able to figure it out, People that went through life and they never had to deal with depression, really, or doubting themselves. They kind of always had things just kind of work out right for them, right? Don't compare yourself to those people or feel like that you playing in the same playing field as them, because you're not. You in a different playing field. God has different journeys set out for different people, and they can be groups of people, individuals. Every individual has their own separate path, but even within that, you have groups of people that have their own separate path. So don't ever feel like you behind on anything. Maybe it's just that the path that you thought was set out for you is not actually for you, and it's never actually been for you. You see, there's a certain way that society likes to operate. And it's like in this bubble now, and it's like everybody needs to be operating within this same framework in order to achieve anything in their life, and it's false. What I'm talking about specifically is, hustle culture, work hard, put in more hours. And while I would say that that does work for some people to an extent, it does work. However, that's just not for everybody. And if you've been trying to do that, but it hasn't been working, it's not because you are lesser or you can't accomplish things or you can't accomplish what it is that you want to set out to have. It's simply the way that you go about it needs to be different. You need to listen to yourself within that. And within yourself, you might say, well, the things I do would qualify me as a loser, would qualify me as lazy, because I'm not doing as much. I'm not where they were at the age that they were at it, or whatever you would call it, success. These are the mental traps that keep us from actually stepping into what it is that we actually want to be doing, or that it's not even what we want to be doing, because sometimes what you think you should be doing is not actually what you should be doing. Missions and the reasons for why we came here are all real. They all matter. This world isn't so much just black and white, the physical, and that whatever you put in is what you get out. That, not to an extent, yes, but that's only half of it. The physical world is only half of things, because the physical world is mostly non-physical. That is illusionary to our vision to believe that it is physical. But even within that, we know that the physical does exist. It is a reality. But this is only half of the battle, the physical. The other half of the battle is non-physical. And by battle, I really want to use that term loosely, because we really not at battle with anything. The thing we at battle with is our own inner critic, our own inner villain. That's the thing that that's the only thing that we are here to battle. Everything else is just an experience that we supposed to be living through for God. So don't ever think God forgot about you, left you behind. In those instances where you feel like there is nothing for you here or nothing works, is because you were always meant to go and find God. You were always meant to put all of your belief, all of your eggs into the basket of God. And if you're thinking now that, well, how is that going to help me in my current situation? I want you to adjust your thinking to believing that will help everything within your current situation. Because your current situation is not really a situation, right? It is in the physical, but like we said, that's only half of it. And it's illusionary. Finding God, especially if you in this type of mindset that I'm talking about, finding God is your mission. That's what God wants you to do. God wants you to depend on him. So don't ever think that you left behind, because you're not. It's just, you're not meant to do that. You're not meant to go that same route. You're meant to find your own. And that's freeing in a sense, because you don't have to live this rigid way, the same way that everybody else live, and thinking that's the only way for you to get what it is that you want out of life. That means you get to carve your own path. But first, you need to become very devoted with God and God. Like, you and God needs to become best friends. Y'all need to be close. Like, you can sit and talk with God. You can feel God with you. You understand that everything that you want on the outside and everything that you want in a partner or in everything is God, basically. Like, God is the only thing that can truly give you the success you want. God is the only one that can truly give you the type of love that you want. God is the only one that can give you everything. So take your faith out of all of the do, work, physical world, and instead put it into God and let things play out for you. And they will play out for you in a way that is conducive to your experience and making it the best experience for you. And that might not be what you imagine or what you picture, but know that it is for you. It is meant for your spirit and your specific soul. And that doesn't mean that it's not going to be something that you're not going to enjoy. You're going to really enjoy it. But you don't even, right now, you in a mindset of thinking that you can only enjoy life through this certain way that everybody else have been, or that majority of society have been. But that's not really what it is for you. You're meant to, you don't understand yet in the ways that you meant to enjoy life. You got an idea. I'm pretty sure you got some idea, but maybe you're not understanding how tangible it is, or that is right in front of you, but it's invisible to you. Understand that hope is illusionary in itself, because there was never no hope. There has always been hope. Hope never went away. It's about how you see things, right? So you good, you fine, you okay. And when I say that, I'm not even just saying that in the sense to make you feel better. I'm saying that as somebody that has went through things that are meant to break you, meant to, and, feeling left out. I'm saying, like, feeling left out, everything that I tried to do that I thought was getting towards success, that I seen the rest of society going after it off, every time I tried, fell apart. Life is full of hard pills to swallow, right? I want to say that life is full of hard pills to swallow at first until you understand, oh, okay, now I get why. So go with the flow. But even when I say go with the flow, first I want you to recognize the flow in which God wants to take you. Get rid of what society say about what it is that you should be doing on your day-to-day basis. As long as it's rooted within your own individuality, as long as it's rooted in love and higher frequency vibrations of accepting yourself, love, abundance, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that's making you feel the way that you want to feel. How you feel and how you be is more important than what you do. All right, the doing comes second. The doing needs to follow how you feel and how you want to be. So even when you're going with the flow, I want you to reframe how you think about going with the flow or embodying any type of being that you want to be in. All right, that God directs you to be in your own power, your own magical power, because this is the way that you're going to help the world. This is the way you're going to help yourself. Instead of just flowing, imagine yourself in a river or stream. That's, I think, the most simple way to do it, right? That most people imagine flow. And instead of just imagine yourself maybe lying on your back and allowing the flow to take you, which is still better than resistant flow, which is when you grab it on a branch and you trying to refuse to let the stream take you downstream. The most simple way would be to just relax your body on your back or whatever and just float down the stream. But I want to take it even a step further. I want you to get ahead of the flow. I want you to take charge of the flow. Wherever you see the current takes you, you not just lying on your back, allowing it to take you, however you do. Instead, you actually swimming along with the flow. You swimming downstream. You going along with it. All right. And within that, That's how you gonna find your business or find whatever it is that you're meant to build, within your own ocean, your own lake, whatever you want to call it, right? Of gifts that was given to you. That's how you really you want to spearhead it and take charge of the flow. And if it shifts again, right? Because you don't control the flow in a sense of where it starts to shift you. It's just wherever it's shifting you, you're hopping in front and you're swimming along with it. You're creating along with that flow. You're going with the flow, basically. But not just going with it as in just letting it take you. You're swimming with it. You're thriving in that flow. Right? You embodying the flow. You're like, oh, this is where it's taking me. Oh yeah, okay. This is what I'm on. This is what I'm doing now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this to the best of my ability. Yeah. And if it shifts again, you do the same thing. Wherever God wants to take you, you like, I'm what you got every time. Boom. All right, we shifting over here. All right, we on that now. Let's do that. You know, not just, oh, let God take me over here. Let God take me over there. You know, there's nothing wrong with that either. Being passive with it, but I want you to start being actively in flow to help out with streamlining into your highest version, into your highest self. That's creating from a sense of flow, creating from a sense of what was always set for you to create when you came down here. That's all that's all we trying to get to. Making money is not, don't get me wrong, money is very important, but making money doesn't have to be so just do this, like just find something you do, put in hella work towards it, and then, you know, do, work. Not to say that doing a lot of work won't help, but you want to do aligned action type of work, which means you need to first start to follow your own flow. And then when you find your flow, where it is that God is whispering into your ear, like, look at the signs. If that does not work, it does not work. Don't try to keep forcing it the way that other people have played the game and has worked for them. The money is just tangible. The success and the money that you see is just tangible. What matters after that is really on the inside. What matters after that is what is on the inside. And the person that is the most comfortable within themselves, the most whole within themselves, that's really doing work that is aligned with their higher self. Not everybody finds that because they so much focused on creating a business from what this person said is the quickest way to make money. Sometimes it works for people, sometimes it don't. The people that it don't work for, that none of that bullshit works for, is because you meant to. The purpose you here set to do is very important to the point where you can't do that bullshit. I'm not to say that the people that are able to make those things happen don't have a purpose as well, but it's not to hardcore judge anybody or to make anybody else feel down. This is just talking to the person that feels like is no hope. Feels like, why the fuck am I here? Feels like, damn, every time I try to do something that I see is better, if I'm, me trying to better my family, better myself in terms of getting them to a higher levels of success, understanding, higher levels of vibration, it just don't really work. Anyways, I'm gonna let that be how it is. I'm gonna let that message be exactly what it is. If you found this helpful, then like or comment if you feel like doing that, however you do. And I'll see you in the next video.